So I had a baby earlier this year. You guys all know that. And I really have found it kind of tough to get back into consistent exercise. I'm just tired and I don't have a lot of time. How do I do this? Like, where do I find those little moments to move? Today's episode is all about fitness, body image, movement. This has been a highly requested episode, and the group chat questions that you guys sent me about this, you're all saying the same thing. It is hard, and it's not even really about losing weight. It's like about feeling motivated and strong and healthy and capable, because that's what you need to be as a mom. So later in this episode, we are going to get to all of your questions. Hundreds were sent in, from pelvic floor PT to the C-section shelf to how moms are actually finding the time. Today's guests are the literal perfect ones to answer your questions. Today, the co-founders of Stakt are on the show, best friends and both new moms, Taylor and Millie.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
We're so excited.
Yeah, so are we.
I say we're so excited on behalf of me and the group chat.
I love it. Thanks, group chat.
Love a good group chat.
So Stakt is a fitness brand for the way that women actually move now, which is to say in 15-minute windows while the baby sleeps.
Yes.
So today's episode, we're talking this business, the babies, the bodies, and what nobody tells you about putting yourself back together after you build a human. Let's get into it. Please just first, I want to get into the Stakt origin story because it's a COVID story, and I love a COVID business origin story. And I know that you guys are both new moms, Taylor and Millie. So tell me, bring me back. You two are in the pandemic. You're working out at home. You're getting annoyed enough at your yoga mat that you actually start a company. And you were doing Pilates, sculpt, HIIT on mats only designed for yoga. So, what were you trying to do in your own bodies that, the existing stuff that you were using was failing you guys on?
Yeah, I think we were working out a lot more at home during the pandemic, and we realized, like you said, we were doing sculpt, Pilates, all these different workouts on a yoga mat. And yoga mats are designed to be thin for balance and to keep you close to the ground. But these other exercises, you needed more support and versatility for what we were doing.
Oh, interesting.
And
how did that dawn on you?
We were doing
Instructors were constantly calling out for folding over your mat or grabbing a towel to put your elbow down on while you're in a fire hydrant. And we're just okay, are we not using mats that are thick enough? And then you'd get a thicker mat and it was too much foam, too much cushion. So the perfect material blend and the perfect design for what we were doing at the time didn't exist. And when we launched, it was just a product idea. We had no intention to set out and build the brand and the world that we've built.
We didn't even know what that would entail.
Yeah. Which is a beautiful brand and world at this point. It's really a cool brand.
So we both had full-time jobs. It wasn't there wasn't a master plan there, but we have since scaled from one to, we have about 15 different products now. And everything is about making more convenient fitness products that inspires people to move.
I also love that literally the mat stacks
up,
and I can put it in a little closet. And I got the weighted vest a few weeks ago.
Ooh, we love it.
Yeah, I was telling you guys earlier, I keep seeing the moms in my neighborhood wear weighted vests, and I was I need a weighted vest.
The weighted
Perfect
vest
for the summer.
It's honestly my ultimate postpartum hack.
No, same. Pushing the stroller, having the vest on, it's the best.
So how did you guys come up with the idea or the innovation for the actual stacking of the mat? Because I hear you on the thickness so that you could do these different types of exercises better. But the innovation that you guys created literally landed you on Shark Tank and in Time's 200 Best Inventions of 2023. So talk to me about, the concept to first product launch, first product in market.
So the first thing we did was ordered a bunch of mats. And because we were something's missing. We weren't necessarily committed to solving it just yet. We just knew something was missing.
We also just figured there was probably something out there that existed and we just hadn't found it yet.
Yeah.
So we ordered a bunch of mats, and the ultimate inspiration came from a gymnastics mat or a kid's play mat. Those big, foamy, foldable mats.
Whoa. You guys went deep on mats.
Oh, yeah, we went deep. We were the mat experts.
Gymnastics mat. I love that.
When I moved, I was cleaning out my apartment and I was like, I have so many of these random
mats and products and samples. And
I bet.
Ultimately, the goal was take a foamy, cushy gymnastics mat that folds, that's, it's bulky and it's heavy, and combine it with a lightweight, grippy yoga mat and merge those two things together. And we really defined the category for that product type.
You really have. I remember when it came out, I was so excited. I ordered one. I still have it. My original black Stakt. Now I have the cream color or whatever also. It really was so innovative and so cool. And I love to talk to founders that develop a first to market type of product and idea. It's just really smart and cool. Now it's 5-6 years later.
Yeah,
you guys did build Stakt during the pandemic. Taylor, you had your baby in January.
Yes, I did.
Millie, you had your baby
September.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wow. 3 new moms sitting in a room together. We have so much to talk about. As founders of fitness companies, tell me about the first time that you guys picked up your own product after giving birth. And you guys have a lot of products now. The mat, the adjustable weights, that just landed on Oprah's favorite things this year. So cool. The new adjustable weighted vest, which I'm an owner of. When did you start using your own stuff again?
I do vividly remember this because I was 10 weeks postpartum. I didn't start using it consistently at 10 weeks, but I remember doing a specific postpartum workout. It was a 10 or 15 minute video that I had done on my Stakt mat in my bedroom. I took pictures. I was really proud of myself.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. It was easy. It was an easy workout in that sense. It wasn't easy to mentally say I should get back on the mat. And I think that light kind of stretching oriented workout was perfect for me at 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But transparently, postpartum, I'm still a very new mom and I haven't used our products or exercised probably nearly as much as I should. I've replaced sort of group fitness and classes and higher intensity workouts with walking more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been, a game changer for me. But I was 10 weeks when I first got back on the mat.
What about you, Millie?
I was probably around the same. I remember doing some sort of program that it was kind of like an every other day type thing. It was giving a little harder of a workout every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped me kind of slowly get back into it. But same thing as Taylor. I'm definitely not as consistent as I used to be at all. And it's just finding the time and finding that. And I think it's a very normal thing, but just from working to wanting to just spend time with Sage, my son, it's hard. But I agree, the walking has been really the majority of my workouts these days.
Yeah, I have found it to be really, really hard. And I don't know if it's because, and you guys tell me where your experience is, because we all work and we're moms. So, we have lots of jobs. All moms have lots of jobs. I don't know if it's because I'm still overwhelmed by all of the stuff and I'm just not in a place yet where I'm as able to process all of the stuff like I used to.
100%.
But I'm still just so tired and I don't know. I'm also doing a lot of walking. I'm doing a little bit of weightlifting. I had a C-section and then I had a D&C because I retained placenta 3.5 months after I gave birth. So my healing timeline is pushed back a lot in terms of my uterus and pelvic floor and the abs and all of the stuff. I think I'm almost kind of scared because I don't feel very strong in my body yet, in my core.
That's how I feel too.
Same.
Still, when I get up off the floor with the baby, I'm holy shit.
Yeah.
Shaking. I'm completely the same. Even when I lay down in bed at night, my lower back still hurts.
Same.
And it's these muscles must be...
I have this weird hip thing that keeps
We're now
popping.
on a medical show.
Oh, no.
And I'm just I should probably get this checked out. Yeah. But where's the time?
But then you have to zoom out and be wait, I just like built this child.
I know.
Like in my body. So of course my body's not going to work the same
Well,
way.
everyone's like, yeah, like, takes a year to grow a baby, 10 months.
Yeah.
Takes a year to start to
I
feel
know.
better. But has your postpartum experience informed the direction that you are taking Stakt? Like when it comes to product innovation, programs that you guys are thinking about building? Because motherhood has changed me so dramatically and my worldview so dramatically. And I see such a dramatic care gap for postpartum moms across the board when it comes to medical care, when it comes to fitness and exercise. There's so much that we could be doing in this space for new moms or moms that, have kids that are a couple of years old. I'm just curious where your guys' heads are on that, because I'm sure you have to be thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. And we are always looking at the fitness landscape, studios, workout programming, etc. And there's limited for postpartum. There's
That's
a
what I
lot
mean.
for
It's crazy.
prenatal and pregnant people, but I don't think there's an emphasis on postpartum moms and how fitness or wellness plays a role, for better or worse. I do think if there was an overwhelming amount of it, it's a little bit of pressure, right? It's like, oh, should I be going to this postpartum group fitness class? Like, do I want to be 6 months postpartum and in a room with a bunch of other women? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I think everyone feels very differently about that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of how it's informing Stakt, I mean, I would say, firstly, like, we're constantly innovating and thinking of products that tie in with our community and where we're at in life. So during pregnancy, we came out with a stability ball, like a pregnancy ball, which was very exciting. I actually got to be the model because I was 9 months pregnant when we shot the product.
She was beautiful.
Thank you. First and last time modeling. And then at this time, I would say one of the biggest focuses on materials. So if I put Mila down on a Stakt mat for some tummy time, and her face goes down, which of course it always does, because as I mentioned, her back doesn't seem to be that strong yet. So put her down on tummy time. If her mouth is going on a Stakt mat, like, I want to make sure that is the safest possible composition of foam for my baby because she's only going to get older. She's probably going to start gnawing on the Stakt products around. And I think materials and safety is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, some internal talks about expanding into the kids' space at some point, but we'll have to see.
Oh my God, that would be so cool. I love that.
I think also from the partnership side and from the social side, there's just, this year we had such an emphasis. We always do, but I think just being moms, having it be our first Mother's Day, there was such more of an emphasis on that time and understanding that one is for us, but also everyone has a different experience with that and understanding that how to go around that time and just having the space for whatever someone is going through. But I think the partnerships for us it's been eye-opening to what type of brands can we partner with here? What makes sense? And like Taylor said, I think every part of our lives have informed us of different ways to partner or product. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I think also we're still all very new moms. And I think that once we get a little bit outside of this window of time, you're probably going to look back on this moment and the ideas will really start to flow.
Oh,
yeah,
because
totally.
Having this lived experience, this period of not having a ton of resources puts a lot of seeds into the brains of inventors and entrepreneurs on what can come next.
Certainly.
I want to talk a little bit about your guys' individual postpartum experience because mine has been wacky. And
Same.
It's tough for everybody. And I have really found that this care gap is significant in postpartum. And I think that the system can do so much better for women. And I'm curious, through your guys' lived postpartum experiences, what was that moment where you have felt I don't know where to turn to for help or advice in whatever category it is, but I'm just curious what that moment has been for each of you.
I would say my first probably 4 to 6 weeks postpartum, I had a very extreme come down. And I know everyone experiences things differently, but I had I believe it's called DMER. So when I would breastfeed, I would literally have a dopamine crash and feel depressed.
Really?
And I would get the baby blues, like so horrible. Is it called the baby blues? The nighttime blues? I don't know what they're called.
I don't know. Like
nighttime
the nighttime scaries.
Yes,
You're
yes,
like,
yes.
oh God,
like
it's
it
gonna
would
be
roll
nighttime.
around, and it was like I can't. Looking back, I'm like, I can't even believe that I was able to cry that hard. Like it was so intense. And interestingly, I would speak to other moms, best friends of mine, and not everyone experienced that. So for me, I was like, oh my God, something wrong with me. But I had two friends, two people in my life who experienced the same exact thing. And speaking to them was like the only way that I could get through those moments. Like there was nothing my husband could say. There was nothing a friend who didn't live it could say. It was just them saying, I know exactly how you feel. Like I would roll, like the 2.5-hour window roll around and I need to pump or breastfeed and it's going to be a crash. And like living through that just changed. I mean, living through childbirth totally changed my worldview. But that was like the most surprising thing for me. Like what an extreme hormonal come down I would have after having her.
I didn't experience that, but
didn't either.
everybody's experience is so different and
Totally.
so layered. And what I keep coming back to is that nobody tells us about this stuff.
No one. I think it's
You can't explain it,
you
right?
can't explain it, and I don't know. And I remember having like mom guilt after I gave birth because you just can't really understand what someone went through in those first few months or weeks or whatever it is, and just like feeling terrible that like I wasn't able to be there for them the way that like my mom friends who had already gone through it were there for me.
Yeah.
And I felt bad that like just this huge guilt that I wasn't there for them in that way, but you can't be. You don't understand it the same way.
Yeah. For me, it was really like a lot of like medical trauma that we have discussed, but I don't know. Like there's no postpartum doctor.
No. And
There
like
should be.
There should be.
well,
there's
don't go back
not.
till 6 weeks and they are like, okay, you're clear. And then
Yeah.
you're
That's
done.
what I mean.
Like, I don't know when my next appointment is.
I also feel like I didn't have like even my regular therapist that I saw for many years ahead of having Mila. I was like, I couldn't even bring myself to like see her and talk to her about all this. Like, but maybe if there was like a specialist that like you are connected to postpartum. I mean,
I actually have a fantastic reproductive psychiatrist that I can introduce you to.
yeah, I would love to hear
She's
about it.
fabulous. She specializes in like fertility, pregnancy, postpartum, all of this stuff.
that's
So she has
amazing.
been a lifeline for me. But yeah, I mean, you leave the hospital and they're like, okay,
Good luck.
Yeah.
bye-bye.
What was really interesting for me is, so my son was born 7 weeks early. So he was in the NICU for 4 weeks so instead of us going home and me resting and recouping, I was going back and forth from the hospital 2 times a day.
God.
And so like I wasn't given that opportunity to rest and just kind of like, I feel like I like just jumped right into everything.
Yeah, no recovery for you.
And so it's just like I think on the opposite side of you, I was very numb to it all. Like I don't think I processed it for a long time.
Yeah. I think we're all still processing it.
Oh my
100%.
Yeah. This is a room of processing right now. And a podcast of processing. We have a lot of new moms that are listeners to the show. And I think we're all in the same boat where it's like, where do I just find 15 minutes for myself? And my psychiatrist like literally keeps telling me, she's like, you're working full time? You're a crazy person. You have to set time apart. Like you have to set time aside for yourself if you really want to get better, if you really want to get back in your body. And I think that that is something that you guys talk a lot about at Stakt. It's kind of like an ethos or a mission. So like walk me through what the mom or the woman should do who has 15 minutes, who has a baby crawling on her. How does this show up like in the products? Because the Stakt mat, it's twice as thick as a standard yoga mat and it doubles as a block. And the weights, I love the weights. When they came to my house, I was like, oh my God, they're like 2 pounds, 4 pounds, 6 pounds, all in one. The vest that grows with you, 6 to 8 pounds, and the washable zip-off liner and the mesh pockets for your phone and keys. Like, I think the design really speaks to this person and informs like what her day looks like. So talk to me about that.
Totally. So I think first things first, I think having a mat in your home is like just an easy hack in terms of like the baby's down for a nap. You can open up the mat and, you know, get on the mat and go on YouTube, type in 15-minute sculpt. Like, it doesn't have to be so serious. You don't have to be signed up for the trendiest workout program. You can even search postpartum workout.
Right.
And then not doing that on your floor and having like a proper supportive mat that's new and shiny and you get excited about it is just, it feels good. So I think that's like a first things first.
Yeah, having some new gear, I think actually can be really motivating.
Totally. Same with like a new set, new outfit. So that's, you know, that's important. And then all of our products really are meant to build with you. So like our weights, for example, the base of them is 2 pounds. So if you just want to work out with 2 pounds,
that's what I need.
You don't need to be lifting heavy. And you can scale up to 4 or 6 pounds as you're getting stronger. And then the last thing I'll say is the weighted vest is really, like, for me postpartum, it's been the easiest way to get myself to move because it's just something I'm already doing. Like, I'm going on a walk or I'm taking the baby on a walk, I can put on the vest and it's like you're maximizing that walk into a workout that's making you work your core, work your leg muscles, get a little bit stronger. But I definitely want to emphasize, like, Millie and I, from the get-go, we started this company to move for our mental health and create products that inspired a little bit more movement. We're not like CrossFitters. We are not saying you need to be working out every single day, and especially not 6 months postpartum. It's just doing a little bit more to, you know, get the blood flowing.
We want the products to feel accessible and for you, whatever stage you are, whether that's postpartum or whether you're recovering from an injury or whatever it might be. Like, we want it to feel like they're easy for you to pick up into your life and move in whatever way makes sense for you.
I love that. Okay. I have a lot of questions.
Go for it.
From the group chat.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
They're, as I said, really excited for this episode because I have not really done like a fitness, body image episode yet on Tell Me I'm a Good Mom. We're in our first season. But I get a lot of inbounds about all of this kind of stuff. And I try to be very honest about where, you know, I'm at on my channels and things like that. And so we got a lot of really interesting questions. So we have the Stakt founders on the show, and they have extended an incredible discount for everybody that is tuning in right now. So if you want to add some Stakt into your routine, visit shopstakt.com/goodmom and use code GMOM, that's GMOM, at checkout for 20% off your purchase. 20% off is a lot. Thanks, ladies. That's shopstakt.com/goodmom and use code GMOM, GMOM, for 20% off your order. This one kind of shocked me when I read it, to be honest with you. A woman wrote in and asked, how do you unhear negative body image talk after birth, especially from your significant other? My husband repeatedly tells me I should be exercising more. And I really had to sit with this question because postpartum is already like a hall of mirrors. And somebody you love says the wrong thing, and it can like be in your head for a year. And I'm just curious, like, if your friend came to you and asked you that, like, what would you tell her?
No, I mean, 100%. I think that this is a season of life, and you should not look the way that you looked before you had your baby. You may never look that way again. And I think, for me at least, coming to terms with like the body image conversation and looking in the mirror and saying like right now I'm 4, maybe 5 sizes up in jeans. And I think for a while I was like, what can I do to get back to the size that I was? But like, why would I do that? I have this like perfect, amazing, beautiful baby that would only be here if I gained 5 sizes in jeans. Like, if someone put it to me that way, like, you're only going to get Mila if you wear this jean size instead of this jean size, like, okay, I will be that jean size forever.
100%.
Mila is worth it. So I think that it's really important to remind yourself of that, but that's easier said than done. Like, I think some people struggle with the idea that they need to look how they did before they had the baby. I think that if people in your life, your husband, your parents, whomever it is, saying you should exercise more, like, I have to imagine it comes from a good place. It comes from, this is going to be good for your mental health. It's going to get you outside. Like, were days where I did absolutely nothing, not even a walk, 0 step count, laying in bed. And, like, at the end of the day, it does help to exercise and move more. It's really good for you all around. But you, to some extent, have to separate that from the body image conversation, because we're not meant to be in the best physical shape of our lives right now.
And if those comments are getting under your skin and you're hearing them, like, that's the only thing you're hearing, talk to them about it. Make them understand why saying that to you is not the right comment at that time, even if it does come from a good place. Because they might not understand that. They might just be saying it in a positive way, like Taylor says, to get you outside. But if it's hitting you in a negative light, then speak about that, so that way you can address it and they won't say it again.
Yeah, I'm genuinely curious, and she didn't give me enough detail, but I'm genuinely curious in this question if her partner is saying it because they want her to snap back.
Yeah.
Or if it is coming from a good place, but if the delivery is bad and if it's being received wrong.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Because I agree with you. Like, moving our bodies and getting exercise, especially in this moment, even if it's just taking a walk, like, is good for you, right?
Yeah.
Literally, I had a C-section, and a few hours after I gave birth, the nurses were like, you better start walking. You better start walking down the hallway.
It's crazy.
Insane. But I walked a lot after my C-section recovery because I had a couple C-section friends that said literally the only way to heal faster is to walk a lot. And so I did. But I think that the emotional state of a new mom is so fraught, and
you're so fragile.
You're so fragile. And I just can't imagine, frankly, why this woman's partner thinks that it's a good idea to say this at all.
It's not.
It's not a good fucking idea to say to your partner who just had a baby, you really should be exercising more.
Say nothing besides, thank you, I love you, you're the best mom in the world.
Right?
And honestly, like, same thing that Taylor just said about, I can't, like, if you told me that the only way I can have Sage, like, spin that back to your husband. The only way that, or partner, the only way you can have this baby is, this is how I am right now. Like,
correct.
Let me be.
100%. I could lay in bed for a fucking year if I want to, because I just had this baby and I'm tired.
Yeah.
I think it's a really a struggle, but I do think you made a really good point, Millie, is that, like, a conversation must be had, because this individual has to get to, like, what is the core sentiment behind this comment? Is it supposed to be helpful? Or is it just a fucking bitch being a little bitch to their partner? Because I don't like that at all.
It's like, grow up, baby, dude.
You have no idea what I just went through.
You have no fucking clue. Did either of you have a C-section?
No. I labored for a long time.
Did you?
It was, I mean, I don't actually know if it's considered a long time. It was like almost 2 hours of pushing.
Ooh, yeah, that's all.
It was the best workout I've ever gotten.
Yes.
So.
You delivered early.
It was early, and he was so small that the, like, silver lining is I pushed for 20 minutes.
Okay. All right, let's go on to our next question. This is about C-sections. I know you guys did not have C-sections, but I did. But it's a good question, so we can all answer it. She says, we all secretly have a C-section shelf, right? And I don't know, like, the C-section shelf is a very distinct thing because you have cut through, 7 or 8 layers or whatever, stitched back together, and then, like, your belly, your uterus, like, shrinks and it kind of hangs over this scar. But I've had moms that have given birth vaginally send me DMs because I, like, put my C-section shelf on Instagram one day. And
I've never heard that phrase.
I had vaginal delivery moms be like, my stomach looks the exact same as yours.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a shelf. I have a few shelves.
Okay.
But nothing to do. I didn't have a C-section, but there's a shelf.
I feel like your body just, like we said earlier, it changes. It doesn't go back to the way it was, and each body is different.
Like,
and
what
I don't
is
know.
this?
I found like, I don't know if you guys experience this. I feel like my hips are like actually wider. Like when I walk past the table, like I don't have like
I
the
don't
same
mean they
depth.
are.
No, but like, they are.
I will tell you
Like
why.
I don't have the depth perception, and I'm like hitting things, and I'm like, wait, like what?
Well, so when you have a baby, when you grow the baby, your hips, like your bones, like actually expand wider. And so like
and then stay that way.
they stay that way for a while, and over a period of time they can like go back, but they may
That's so
not go
interesting.
back.
Yeah.
All the way.
And that's why you hear from a lot of moms, like, even though I'm the same weight or I'm the same pant size or whatever, my
it doesn't
pants
fit different.
fit
Yeah,
totally,
or it does fit different.
Totally.
totally differently.
It's so true.
Yeah, we all have a shelf, as it turns out, C-section or not. But she actually wants to talk about like what's actually happening down there. It's the scar tissue, the fascia, the abdominal wall, the pelvic floor. I can speak to some of these first things because I have been doing some C-section scar work a little bit, and I have an incredible lymphatic massage therapist who's now my friend, who really focuses on helping me with C-section recovery. And she has taught me that everything underneath that scar is basically scar tissue, and it's fascia, and you have to work through all of that manually to try to flatten that C-section shelf or the scar tissue. And there's actually a lot of programs on the internet that you can like buy or download or whatever. But it includes things like pinching the scar, like literally up. Like, I don't know if you're watching this on video and you can see my hand. Imagine like the edge of my hand is your C-section scar. You like pinch it up and out like this.
How long after the C-section can you start doing this?
I started like 6 weeks after.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But gentle at that point. And then, but at this point, you kind of like, you have to really like dig under it, and it can be kind of painful, to be honest with you. But I'm curious, because the pelvic floor is involved when it comes to C-sections. Even though you're like, oh, I got cut through my abdominal wall, you had a baby sitting on your pelvic floor for like 10 months. And I have been doing some pelvic floor exercises that also, as you do the pelvic floor exercises, it helps to break through some of that scar tissue. That like the C-section has created. So the combination of like focusing on the scar and doing the scar massage with pelvic floor exercises, I think does ultimately help try to reduce that scar tissue. But tell me what you guys know about pelvic floor.
So Millie and I both went to pelvic floor physical therapy. Pre having the baby. I actually need to get back now.
Wow.
But I think the thing that I'm most surprised about when I went through pelvic floor PT was how many similarities there are to just like Sculpt or Pilates. Like a lot of it is just lower core exercises. So that was the most surprising to me. But I think the importance of pelvic floor PT, both before and after, is underrated. Like these muscles are holding up the baby, and they're changing, and they're really not getting the love that they deserve if you're not focusing on pelvic floor exercises. There's a lot of very simple exercises, bear pose, like side planking on your knees. Like there's a number of things that you can do that are essentially going to work your pelvic floor.
Without you even like knowing that you're working your pelvic floor.
Totally.
That's interesting.
And I feel like before, and this was probably just like naive of me, but like before being pregnant, I feel like pelvic floor was always just like a word that like in a workout class was like thrown around, but like I never really like.
I honestly thought my pelvic floor was like my lower belly. Like I don't think I knew where it was.
Yeah.
And so it's, I don't know, I feel like just becoming aware of what you're working and how it fits into everything that you're doing, you're probably working it a lot more than you realize in if you're moving your body in whatever way, and just like being cautious of that and paying attention to it. And I remember one of my first workouts postpartum, I like was doing something and I like felt a pain down there, and I was like, whoa, like I like moved in a weird way. But I was like, okay, this is a sign to me I need to strengthen my pelvic floor, because clearly something is not as strong down there as it needs to be for this movement.
Yeah. What I learned about pelvic floor is that like doing pelvic floor exercises is not doing Kegels. It's totally
Oh my God. Yeah,
Totally.
that's what I was most surprised about.
I thought it was just Kegels
Totally.
when
Yes.
I first heard of the pelvic floor. And then I learned it's like, no, you have to think of it like a tissue and it like pulls up on the
Yes.
inside, like all this crazy stuff. And I did not realize how critical the pelvic floor and strengthening the pelvic floor is for a healthy pregnancy and delivery and postpartum. And it's like, it's all interconnected.
Totally.
And I think a lot of people that struggle with like intimacy after giving birth have like pelvic floor issues and stuff, and they may not be aware that it's a pelvic floor thing. But yeah, so C-section shelves, yes, we all have C-section shelves, apparently. Okay, the last group chat question, it kind of comes back to something that we have talked about a little bit, but I really want your guys' like tips and tricks, tactical, get into it. So a woman wrote in, she said, I'm 5 months postpartum. I do not understand when moms are finding time to exercise. How are you finding time? I want the real answer, not the Instagram answer. What does it actually look like in your day? When does the mat come out? How long are you on it for? What are you doing in the 15 minutes that moves the needle? Because I don't have an hour. I have 15 minutes between a feed and a nap.
Yeah,
totally.
I would say
we all are in that exact
no,
place.
yeah, this is me in a nutshell. But I would say, like, for me, the easiest way is to having someone to do it with, having a friend who maybe has the same schedule with you, or someone you can go on a walk with the baby if, you know, it's during a time where they're awake or during a nap where you're taking them out in the stroller. Like, walking is exercise, and like you need to remember that it's not, doesn't necessarily need to always just be you're getting on the mat and doing something. But for me, it's like Taylor and I will FaceTime and do a workout, or
that's fun.
An accountability partner.
Yeah.
Right.
Important.
Yeah, that's
and
a really
I
good
think,
idea.
Like, just for context, this morning I did a 9-minute workout, and it was, I put the baby down and I had 9 minutes before my first work call of the day. So Mila went down for like an 8:30 nap. I was starting work at 8:45, and I just literally did a random sculpt video on YouTube. And I think that's like, you have to take the pressure off yourself for it to be anything more than that.
Yeah.
And it can be one day, but not 5 months postpartum.
I think also like for me, the hardest part is getting into the routine of doing it. And I'm still not in that routine, but
like the consistency
of it.
Yeah,
and
I
so
agree.
like once it's part of your daily, weekly, whatever it is, I just think it becomes easier. It's like anything. For me, picking up a book, if I haven't picked up a book in a long time, it's harder for me to pick it up than if I just read a really good book and then I'm going to pick up the next one.
Yeah.
I think it's anything like
I have
that.
another hack as well. This is going to sound like a plug, but I got an Aura ring 2 or 3 months postpartum. I didn't want to put it on too early because I wasn't sleeping at the time.
Yeah, crazy.
So I was like, I'm not going to like train it with this crazy data. But once Mila was sleeping better through the night, got the Aura ring, and it tracks my activity goal. And this morning, my like activity score is like 63, and it says like you've not been active enough. And it was a reminder to work out. Yeah. Oh, that's like
63 is bad.
Millie's is like, you told me yours is like consistently in the 80s or something. And I'm like,
oh no,
girl.
lately mine it like was, and then for some reason now it's always low.
So basically, moral of the story is that is an accountability partner in and of itself. Like,
as long as it's not a toxic.
Totally.
For
yes.
you.
Everyone, yeah. I think everyone
My
has
Aura
different.
ring was toxic and I threw it away.
I think
Understandable.
I was
For
like,
me,
I
it's
can't do
like
this.
giving me, it's just like
It's
reminding
motivating.
me, honestly, like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I would say the other thing is like, I don't know, like, I think everyone feels a little differently about this. I have energy post bedtime. Like, I'm just a night owl. So the baby goes down at 7, and I see like 7 to 11 p.m. as like, this is a window where I can work, or I got a manicure the other night at 7 o'clock.
Wow.
Like, so I think everyone's very different. My husband, on the other hand, like, he would rather just get up before Mila gets up for the day and work out. So I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. if I don't have to.
Yeah, I think like honestly, what I will say is that you just have to get comfortable with the fact that it is not going to be messy. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to look good.
Yeah.
This 15-minute window, like you just like chose a random video. You went on a walk, right? I think as like close as you can get to just doing something and doing it is probably the best. And again, like it's going to be messy. It's not going to look great. I will also say, and we kind of touched on this earlier in the episode, I'm in a place right now where buying stuff just, it feels good.
Me too.
And it is motivating to have a new Stakt mat.
Yeah.
It is motivating to have a new outfit, whatever it is. And we are investing so much into our children at this point in time. And so like invest a little bit into yourself. And I think it will help you get back into the routine.
And feel like you.
And feel like you.
Yes.
Because I find also when I do something, when I like finally like do it, then it's a lot easier to do it
You
again
build up
the
this
next
pressure
day.
in your head of what this thing is supposed to be. Like, I didn't get a manicure for the first like 6 months
Yeah.
postpartum. And I'm like, why did I build this up that I don't have the time to do it? Like,
Well, I think the other thing is like, it should be okay to ask for help and ask for more than 15 minutes. Like, you know what? If you have a parent, a friend, a partner, your husband, whomever it is, hey, can you give me an hour on Saturday? Because I want to go to a Pilates class. That should be okay. And it is okay. Like, we are not meant to spend, despite the fact that we want to, 100% of our time mothering. And I think we should feel comfortable. If we feel comfortable enough to be back at work, then we should also feel comfortable enough to say, I need a break because I need to work out.
That is really good insight. I'm going to take that
Thank you.
advice myself.
me too.
That's like my personal nugget that I'm taking away from this episode. Because, yeah, I work a lot and I take care of our baby and our family, but like I'm not doing a lot for myself yet. And I think like that is the shift that needs to happen on my postpartum journey right now.
Totally.
I'm so happy that you guys came on today's episode. Can you just tell us where everybody can find Stakt? Because I'm a huge fan of this brand and I'm so happy that I got to have 2 founders in the wellness space on our like first ever Fitness Body Image episode.
This was great. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Amazing. So much fun.
You can find us at shopstakt.com. It's STAKT. Shop Stakt on Instagram and TikTok. And
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
thank
This
you.
was great.
Thank you.